Alrighty then. Do 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 boop boop. All right. So yeah, again, really enjoying this game. Wish they would update the inventory management a little bit. But other than that, yeah, really enjoying it. Right now, I do like to apologize for calling off stream last night. I was fairly exhausted and didn't really want to drink a bunch of coffee just so I can stream again. Because that's what it would have taken to wake me up. Coffee's doing a lot better waking me up now whenever I'm like a bit exhausted. But so we left off on Saturday, right before apparently the big boss fighting the whole undead human, which is essentially this world's monsters. Now we're vanquishing that monster. Are you ready? Let's take it down. Hulkenberg is really beginning to become my favorite character right now. That's not good.
How can this be? Was this creature's rebirth Zorba's plan all along?
If it escapes, if it makes it to the city.
Ugh.
It spotted us!
His Highness's home must still stand when he returns. I will end this here!
Another city in ruins. Never again. It dies or I do.
It's coming!
Here we go. Peril!
Look at the size of that thing.
It would be catastrophic if it breached the city. We must stop it!
But how are we supposed to kill something this huge?
It's already breached the city. It's in the city. Hulkenberg, get a clue.
Look there! That can be little else but the heart. Surely to strike there would give it pause.
But it's too high up for our weapons to reach. Do we use magic?
A viable plan. Yet surely if we can knock the creature down first, its heart will be close enough to strike with steel.
Then we bludgeon the torso, knock the wind out of it. Hard to miss a target that size, at least.
Start by attacking the body.
Will
I
do.
shall vanquish evil.
Let's stay calm. Lend me your strength.
All right, let's go!
Let me help.
This is the first time using this skill. What the deuce? Okay.
Only a flesh wound.
Cool.
Join with me!
One time. I doubt that would work.
Not this skill. With blade in hand! Not this one. Comrade, lend me your strength.
Sure, we'll go
Let
with
me
this.
help!
As the point of a sword!
Hulkenberg's ploy
I shall
exposed a
fight
new
as the
weakness.
noble I am.
Damn!
Brawler! Take that! You see?
We did it! Now we can go for its heart.
The power of healing.
Okay, cool. Apparently crushing is its weakness.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Vitus power.
That's fine, that's fine, that's fine.
Light.
Resistant to light. Cool.
Night! Not now. Huh, take this!
Now, what's the brawler? You'll be dust!
I will fight. I won't hold back. With healing power.
Yeah, just heal everybody up here.
Helpful as ever.
What's that? I think something's coming! Watch out!
Cool. This is weird.
Join with me!
We'll team up!
Behold my power!
With these fists, I'll crush you! Right on time!
Hopefully the audio's not too loud.
What? The shell's back to normal! That arm seems to restore the shell. It might take some effort, but maybe we should try taking that part out.
Oh, cool. Maybe I should have got my Seeker, because now it's probably weak to slashing.
Let's set it up. Maybe there's a better choice.
Cool.
Healer. Flare.
I stand ready. Huh, right there!
I can't afford stepping back to the fore.
Hit their weak point.
Let's
Keep
stay
it
calm.
up, Stroll.
Healer. Light.
Ow.
Only a flesh wound. Huh, take this!
With these fists, I strike for justice.
Ooh.
Eat this!
Stroll, you gotta aim better than that. One! Nice one, Captain.
Hey, Stroll. Who was it that made the comment of things hard to miss? Okay, so that takes out half of a turn. Going to her, she'll probably fight the arm. That'll take up the rest of that turn. Stroll can hit the shell. That'll take up half a turn.
I will fight
Coming
with
back to our
pride.
boy here, take up the rest of the turn. I probably use him to heal up. Okay, this is fine.
Time for some close combat.
You hit their weakness.
Is everyone all right?
That's your opening, Captain.
Right there! Still standing, I see.
Now, what's the play? Brawler! What a mess. No holding back! Perhaps not. I shall vanquish evil.
Hit their weak point.
Let's
Keep
get
it
some
up,
distance.
Stroll.
Come forth, Royal Soul. We can do this.
I owe you.
Observe the enemy. Huh! Take this! They yet cling to life.
Oblivion dust. Ow! Rude.
What a mess. Stay down!
Hit their weak point.
The power.
That actually was kind of scary.
Vitus power. Flare. Come on.
By the
One arm
sworn
down.
oath of
Now
knighthood.
let's work on the other.
Huh! Right there!
I shall fight as the noble I am. As this!
Now, aim for the heart.
Okay.
I will fight
Okay,
with
okay,
pride.
okay.
Healer. Light.
Oh god, that's right. Oops. It's unbalanced, so this is fine.
For all that we strive for!
Oh, well, fire. Is fire this week? Nope.
I
Was
can't
this fire?
afford to hold
Okay.
back. I
cool.
shall vanquish evil. Take that!
The healer. With healing power.
Thank you.
My thanks.
Maybe I should have just threw an item at him. All right, more
Think
assailants.
The soldiers are coming again. I know. I could cause a scene inside and distract the soldiers. Leave it to me.
Sure.
Leave it to me. I did it. Just let me rest a bit.
Girl, why ain't you an actual? Why ain't you a playable character?
By the sworn oath of knighthood.
That hit him extremely hard.
Not now. Huh! Take this! Worthy foe after
Now,
all.
what's the play? You can't run! No. You see
The
that?
power of healing. Come forth, Royal Soul. Flare.
Okay.
Huh! Right there!
I shall fight as the... Moving to the rear. Time to go offensive. Brawler!
I doubt he would actually
crush
attain
you.
this, but
Right
still.
on target.
Now, aim for the heart.
Oh, got him. That works.
It's okay. Charging in. Hut, hut.
I stand ready.
So he's probably weak to
Huh!
slash.
Take this!
Brawler! You'll be dust!
Let's stay falling back. You better be sure.
You know, I'm just gonna throw an item at him.
Take it.
I owe you.
Observe the enemy. Huh! Right there!
You're all right, girl. You're all right.
Within.
Right on target.
I will fight
Nice
with
one,
pride.
Stroll.
Nice.
Go. Flight. Still here?
I stand ready. Huh, take this! Yes! Success!
With these fists, stepping back, closing the distance. Brawler! Take that!
Ooh, nice hit. Nice hit.
You hit their weakness.
By the sworn oath
That's
of
your
knighthood.
opening, Captain.
Huh, right there! They yet cling to life.
Now, what's the play? Are you prepared? You'll be dust! As this!
Boop.
Now, aim for the heart.
Let's stay calm. Time for some close combat.
By the sworn oath of... Huh, take this!
Phew. Sorry about
No
that.
holding back!
I'm back in the fight.
After me!
But he's
Something else.
resistant to light, so that's not gonna be good. I'll just do another perfect punch.
Take that!
I will fight with to the rear guard. This
I'll
should
throw
work.
another one. I'll throw one of
thanks.
these at Stroll.
By the sworn oath of knighthood. To the rear guard! I'll stay my blade.
I shall fight. Ah!
Right on target. Nice one, Stroll.
Too bad that would. Oh well. Too bad we still had a. That's too bad we only had a half a turn. Oh well. That banner really a freaking bagpipe? Is that really its heart
Those
as the
soldiers are
banner?
coming again. Should I give it another try? Leave it to
Yeah,
me.
go for it.
Leave it to me. I did it!
Flare! Let's push through!
By the sworn oath of knighthood. Huh, right there! A worthy foe after
Now,
all.
what's the play? I call upon royal power within! Right on top!
Did it!
Alright. Got rid of all that. Oh. What is that doing?
Forward! Ah, come on!
Now! Aim for the heart!
Observe the enemy. Comrades, lend me your strength.
All right, let's go!
And thus I end it!
God, that is loud. I apologize, y'all.
I can't afford to hold back. No holding back! They die hard!
Falling back.
As a
This'll
just
do
in case.
I owe you.
Is everyone all right? Let us fight as one.
Let me help!
Behold my power!
Yeah, got him. Nice.
Not bad. Strive
Nice.
for greater heights.
I shall strive to use this power wisely.
Cool.
Finally. It's over.
You have my sincerest thanks. You risked your life to protect the capital.
We barely protected anything. The royal capital's in chaos, and Grius was one of us. And now he's gone.
Stroll?
On the morning of the funeral, I promised Maria that we'd all be back that evening. Break bread together again. I fought with everything I had, but it doesn't erase the past. It's a hard lesson, but one so obvious. I only wish I'd learned it sooner. What can I begin to tell Maria?
It wasn't your fault.
It wasn't your fault, Stroll.
I just can't see how it isn't. I hate how powerless I am. I should never have made a promise I couldn't keep.
It's not his fault at all, period. Because you didn't cause Grius to die. It was the darn king thing. Bullcrap. Basically popping down saying, I'm going to protect the candidate, so sorry. And I can't really adjust any of the audio until we get out of the cutscene, so I do apologize.
Listen, Stroll. Alcest made his choice. To live and die for his country. If not for him, His Highness would not be alive now. And I'd not have met you or learned the truth myself. He and everyone else that fell here did not die in vain. And you have not fought in vain either.
There! It's them!
Thank you so much. I thought I'd never see my family again. I'll never take my life for granted again. It's all thanks to you.
No, we didn't do much.
May the teachings guide and protect you. Closure.
So you're the ones who put a stop to that madman's scheme, and killed the human besides. Now the soldiers might rest in peace. Seeing that there are others who can take those monsters down, it means we don't have to rely on Luis. It gives us hope. Thank you.
To think there were people watching us without our knowing. Hope, eh? Feels like it's been hard to come by lately.
'Tis a thing easily promised and hard won. But once you have it, it pushes you onward. So long as you let it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Nice.
It's a shame we couldn't get anything out of Zorba.
We still need to kill Luis, or the prince's curse will never be lifted. If not even Grius could do it, what chance do we have?
Do you recall? Just before Luis would have been struck, he was shielded by some manner of magic.
Thank
Are you
you.
saying
Now
it
they're
happened
bringing
again?
it up.
That Luis would be impervious to our attack.
What? That's ridiculous!
Well, we'll get nowhere with idle guesses. To test the theory, we have to find him.
I'll see if my contacts in the Guard have any threads to pursue.
Whoa, that'd be great. The Knights are bound to have more reach than us. And we don't have much to go on otherwise.
But under the circumstances, I expect their forces to be in considerable disarray for a while yet. Don't expect too much.
I've my own matters to attend to. If I floundered this much against Zorba, I'll not stand a chance against Luis. We have to get stronger.
Well, until we've got a lead on Luis, let's make sure we use our time wisely. Okay?
Let's gather information.
Let's gather information for now.
Yeah, we could really use more of that. Maybe we could start by talking to some of the locals? In any case, let's head back to the inn. And I want to check on Maria too.
Oh, are we finally gonna actually get closure with Maria now?
Your attention, please, ladies and gents. We've all seen the royal palace up in the sky, plus a massive magical rock, apparently. All very shocking, I'm positively staggered. Moving on. The bit that gets me is all this talk of the next king. Word is they'll be chosen based on the people's will. Everyone gets a say. But right now, I suppose we ought to talk about all those other faces up on the rock, hadn't we?
Oh, I was wondering about those.
Now, the Sanctus Church has looked into it, and it seems like size matters. More public support, bigger face on the rock, etc. Looks like we've got Sanctifex Forden in the lead, and Count Luis hot on his trail.
Well, naturally, Sanctifex Forden is at the top. The real surprise is how anyone else is that close behind him.
Oh, come off it, Count Luis. He's a man's man, a real pillar of strength.
Ugh, wake
Did they
up,
not-
would
did
you?
they
Haven't
not-
you seen what's happened to the Grand Cathedral?
Right?
Hold your horses now, everyone. Just calm down. It won't do to just focus on the front runners, will it? There are many more pieces in play here. Take a look. Anyone who gets the people's support might be crowned. Anyone. Well, you could do it. Well, I could do it if I liked. Looks like we've quite a few new aspirants up there. All bright-eyed and ambitious monarchs-to-be. Had I a seat, I'd be on the edge of it.
Hold on, aren't you a town crier for the church? They're not going to like you going on about all these other faces.
Oh, please. The Sanctifex's lead isn't so fragile that I could jeopardize it. Besides, a good race would be some terrific entertainment, eh? Keep your eyes up and your ears open, ladies and gents. Albus Batlin, the crier, is going to have all the latest on these promising candidates.
Okay.
Welcome back. I've heard the news. You took down those dastards under Luis's command, did you?
Yes, ma'am. News travels fast, I see.
News travels fast, I see.
Well, just the nature of the inn, isn't it? Information is our lifeblood. I hope this helps him rest in peace.
I will see his dreams fulfilled. I promise you that.
How's Maria holding up?
Still cooped up in her room. She's not eaten a thing.
How is she still alive?
The city sure isn't astir. I thought it might be news of defeating the human. But there's more to it than that.
Small wonder when any among the populace might be king. Candidates are coming out of the woodwork.
Speaking of which, I've actually heard another rumor. They say Sanctifex Forden's planning some sort of grand announcement. Word among the Sanctus Church is that it's bound to bring Luis out of hiding.
Really? That'd be great if it's true.
The announcement is supposedly on the 22nd. They'd not be talking about such an exact date if there weren't some truth to it.
We'd best wait
That's
before we
tomorrow.
plan our next move then. Might not have much of a choice, in truth.
We have waited long enough to rule this land. Scheming king. What sort of man has a contingency plan for his own death?
That face in the sky, is that really the king?
We didn't listen to some blasted rock. Name the new king under our authority and be done with it.
The populace would reject it outright. As it is so clearly born from the king's magic, they trust this decree as the king's own. That aside, when that assassin tried to claim Luis's head, I saw some strange magic foil his killing blow. Is that also the king's doing?
Is that not why we sent for that professed curse-breaker scholar or some such? Send her in, and let us hear her findings.
Hello.
'Tis an honor, esteemed nobles. I am Rella Melanchorophus Cygnus, daughter of House Cygnus.
Yes, all right, spare us the pleasantries. We want the facts, girl.
Oh, well, concerning the magic that seemed to save Count Luis's life, we've seen similar incidents in different places. It would seem this magic's purpose is to ensure that the coronation cannot be decided by force, only by the trust of the people. If those who have earned a measure of the people's trust are being shielded, it must be by the king's magic. At least, that is my belief.
So what? You're telling me that blasted Luis is invincible now? Damnation!
How distressing. Yet one wonders, is our risen king observing each individual conflict between his aspirants?
I cannot say how it's triggered. Only the king would know the exact conditions, and we obviously cannot simply ask. Though, I can say there is one certain means of bypassing it. A duel could overcome this sorcery.
So they can be killed, but not murdered. Certainly a petty distinction I could only expect from such a blind romanticist.
And, that is everything I know. At the moment, that is.
At this point, Luis's public support rivals our own. Disappointing, really, that so many would desire his vision of shepherd and livestock.
Beasts, the lot of them. A dog is happiest on its leash.
They seek a king with strength, do they? Then let us give them a display of our own power, with grace, nobility, and civility.
Assassins dying in the streets. The people locked in an inescapable power struggle. What was His Majesty thinking?
Huh.
It would seem that disaster was averted. Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
So that might end up being how we kill Luis.
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears.
By, challenging him to a duel.
Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
So it really is His Majesty?
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king. This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me? If, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we?
At least he at least he recognizes it.
First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table. Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So, literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
But hold on. You mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word. Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
I heard the announcement. The church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that too was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
That's not good.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Unless we become king.
Have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
I'll go look for her.
I'll go look for her.
You will? Thank you. When I think of what might happen to her...
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Where?
You're kidding.
Yeah, that's very much not good. That's very much not good. Alright, where can we have gone? Wait. Oh no. What was that about?
All right then. Go.
What shall I do? I'm just
They say that the army didn't defeat the human. Look at you. Do you believe everyone? Am I here? Whatever is the case, we know that humans can be killed. They don't seem like that big of a deal now, I think. Oh, you really think so? But if they're too much for even the army to handle.
All right then.
Let's go.
So foolish it arouses great.
What should I do?
Tournament?
Well then, if you say you'll have.
This is all right.
Okay, so not here.
What shall I do?
Luis, I can see it.
Oh, 4 grain. Yeah, it's so easy to get lost here. Let's try not to wander off. Oh, right.
What'll I do? All right then. Go.
I don't care who gets it, so long as it's not ridiculous. What you need?
Better.
Ridiculous. This is all right.
Everybody thinks the army took care of the big human. Ew, I didn't like that thought. Ooh, gold beetle.
I'm in it.
Me, what a warrior needs most is agility and luck. First, agility not only to beat your enemy to the punch, but also for escaping when you need to. Ah.
This is all right.
Who do we got now? Going. Do.
This is all right. Ridiculous. Oi there.
Worst weather. Ah, so on raining days. Or cloudy days.
Ridiculous. Oh, I'm in it now. What's it now?
They saw folks controlling mysterious magic power without using igniters. Quite an intriguing tale. You want to see? Taking the piss with your elders, boy, but yes, I can see how a young lad could believe it. When I served, I heard believe. One tale about a magic. You could use real magic, even involved some secret ritual or what have you. I hoped to witness it at least once before I died, but it seems you're on. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in it now. Ridiculous.
Whatever.
Oh, here we are. Where's she? The stairs north of Sunshade Row.
Hey!
All right, then.
Let's go.
How to handle this?
Sorry, but
Ah, hello. Say, you were looking for a little girl. Have you seen anyone like that? Oh, could it be that half-blood? If so, then yes, I did see her. Half-blood. She was muttering Papa and looking all sad. I saw her go through the back alley. Ooh, that's not good.
I'm out of ideas.
All right, then. All right, then.
Sanctifex
What now?
Stop that at once!
what's going on?
Well then,
If you say you're
This is all right.
So many conversations around me.
What in tarnation's going
Being
on?
ultimately come down to Luis for it's hardly even consistent. Never mind what I'm doing. Both have their flaws, though I suppose you'd be hard pressed to find anyone more promising.
This is all right.
Now, how did I wind up here?
Hello there.
Do you know that little half-blood girl? You can't let a girl like that walk the streets alone. You're just asking for help. She went inside. Wait, you let her pass? Why? The way her eyes looked, I'd not be the one to stop her now. She's been coming to pray for a while, no matter how many glares she gets. She's a half-blood.
huh? Why?
So, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name, but I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral is broken?
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore, but I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again, hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
That's not why.
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
Two very good choices.
It's going to be all right. Don't worry.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. The prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Maria, you're safe. Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria, yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
Late night.
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
I'm not awake enough for this.
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Want to read it?
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we've finally some room to breathe. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. I think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
That's the
Time
second
marches
time
on,
that's happened.
and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime!
Yes, it is. And speaking of rising, it's time for my desk to rise. All right.
To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne! Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
What if that little spell scribe, whatever, within the Academia, is what we need? Ooh. That has to be it. That has to be. I'm betting that that's what that is.
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it would be easy, and the real trick will be finding it. He wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now.
An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. Ah! What are we supposed to do?
We need a plan, and then we can take action. As an Elder, I'm an outcast in the city. I think that gives us an advantage here. We get the people's attention.
Couldn't we get the people's attention somehow?
How do you mean?
If we make ourselves too obvious, we're likely to have an even harder time getting close to Luis.
Oh, okay, so we have to pick this one. We enter the tournament.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
Thanks for the vote of confidence there, Gallica. Jeez.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
Infiltrating Luis's rank will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be as good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
If it's for Maria.
If it's for Maria's sake.
I see.
Right.
I'm reminded of the words the prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Okay. Maybe selecting it for Maria was a little awkward.
So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
My inherent great... ooh, nice.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
I'll admit, I'm nervous.
I'll admit I'm nervous, but...
Of course you are. Who'd not be in this situation? I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
That's more than enough.
Competition? It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
Hey! Yeah, that's the plan.
That was the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
We'll meet again.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Not what I clicked, but okay, works.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey.
How did I misclick on a freaking controller? Up and down. I think I might have accidentally, like, slightly tapped it too hard, but oh well.
Judging by this specified deadline, we are unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
This should be the place, right?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one entering.
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. There a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up?
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too.
This is already
well,
going
without
this
captain to
far.
verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
Whew. That was a close one.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
I mean, there was that
Looks
big
like
monster we
everyone else
fought
had the
for
same idea.
Brigida.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out.
But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on. There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
Are you lot here for this tournament then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme, a villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
This might just be perfect.
Whoa. Do you have any idea who that is? That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin. You can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even
Monster.
get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Stuck up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
Maybe he has a big head?
Maybe this criminal has a really big head?
Come on, that's a stretch. And if he had a gigantic head, you'd think they'd mention it in the contract.
Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Haisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight? Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barden, a guard captain from Atira, a town to the south. The bounty on Haisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Haisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to
the head of a
swallow
giant
my
worm,
pride
you
and
say?
post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
We want to help you.
We just want to help you.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure. Thank you all, and thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Martira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
Alright, so... our big trophy, I'm certain, is gonna end up being the head of a giant sandworm.
Look at that.
Oi, oi.
That's rich. A mere fledgling with no history or experience to speak of as king. The idea makes me sick of my stomach. Oh, buddy. The ideal leader of this country is a dignified man of great age, one with years of experience and yet start school children like you and Luis there too. It hardly matters. You won't be able to fight much longer. So struggles you like, I'd be happy to give the eulogy at your funeral. Suppose he's a candidate too.
Hey!
Haisme, you sure can handle that? Of course I can. You're an odd one, alright. Either that or you're just green. Head time out here. You can probably get more information there.
Let's focus.
No deadline. That's a lot of money. You can accept bounty requests at the recruitment center. These targets are very powerful, but he'll be rewarded in kind. Bounty requests are aided over time, so don't forget to check back.
Let's call it.
Okay, we got the contact. Let's head back to the inn for now. Okay.
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll. No problems. Except the fact that we're deserters. Or at least considered deserters.
Stroll?
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Oh, no, I'm certain. All I mean to say is...
Hulkenberg?
You shall soon see for yourself.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order. Though 'tis only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
'Twas not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight. Let's rest.
The lady didn't hesitate. Okay, wow. I'm more interested in this carriage that we're supposedly getting. Hulkenberg? It's not some form of... Okay. It's either a very run-down, disrepaired carriage, or carriage run by criminals, or a jail box. That's all I can think of.
Well met, eh?
I'd really like to, but so you like, I'd like it here too, then you're one of us. Well, whatever it is.
What in the blaze? Fancy a bit? Want in on this? Just between...
Oh, this is stuff I already bought. Okay.
Now then.
Now preparations seem to be proceeding without issue. Well, apart from one massive overturned... yeah, never mind. Forgive my mutterings. Just please do not be surprised, no matter what we're presented with.
Don't push yourself too much.
Tomorrow you depart. Maria will assuredly miss you dearly, so please come back and say hello. Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Just heading the... That doesn't bode. Maria's not gonna hitchhike with us, is she? Oh, dear God.
What now?
I'm not liking this at all.
Good night. Can I come in?
Oh, hey, there she is. I was worried there for a second. What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Well, you're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
I won't tell her.
It's all right. I won't tell her.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
Isn't this the same kind of prom shit? Oh.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Promising returns. Maria is waiting for us to return home. Curative Cunny Rose. Aww.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
You truly are devoted to him.
You truly are devoted to him, aren't you?
I suppose I am at that. A guiding oath of 12 years is not easily cast aside. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
I do.
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two? So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people.
Kind of sounds somewhat similar to the American government. However, I don't think it works very well.
In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. nothing more.
Hey, we didn't fall asleep.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
What kind of carriage are we getting?
Judah!
Lady Judah!
Hello?
Far away sky, blue and clear. Echo my wish, so that all may hear. One and all born to this land, as here we stand. Let us greet the rising dawn, hand in hand. Far away sky.
That was alright until the end of it. Now I want to listen to it in Japanese. Yo, was she even wearing any underwear than those?
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78 Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctists have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, Crier! Where's Count Louise?
Big entrance in 3.
All right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Oh.
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
Well, we're not getting what exactly we wanted, but...
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
A land runner?
It's quick!
Wait, it's headed right for the...
It'll crash! Whoa!
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What ho? Isn't she a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you buffoon. 'Twas bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all. Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on! So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
It's incredible!
I like it. Hey, we went up some ranks. Ended up standing out more than I expected. I've gained a lot of interest, but I only consider this a part of my mission to aid the prince. Cool.
Just a sec.
Anyways, oh my god, I kind of like the thing. Whoa, what's with this thing? Is this our carriage? Shall I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much. You're just as crazy as this runner. I'll take the compliment, little lady. Now let's have some coordinates for a little test run. What is happening right now? We want to go to a place called Matir, Old Castle Town, I think. Should be a ways south.
Let's see here.
Let us hurry.
This place here.
Wow!
Yeah, okay, Martyr, here it is. Down to Martyr, eh? On this craft's leg? Oh, I'd say that'll be 4 days, 3 nights, about. 4 days and 3 nights? That's a great deal faster than a carriage, and surely the roads will be safer at that kind of speed. Ah, bally good. Now I'll cinch those britches chops full of steam ahead to Martyr, old Castle Town. Alright.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you used to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
A what? A what? A long and pleasant conversation between friends. So it's... Wait, hold on. It's British slang. Okay. Cool! But now the question is it safe?
Is this really safe?
Fast enough to make you edge your waders, eh? Ha I know. She's the quickest I've ever built. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neurus. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable. Neurus? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business, then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But, pish and tosh woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it! Off with you now, leave me be!
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Nuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders?
Take it now.
You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the Balliol runner alone.
Look, this runner... Tis fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where, last I heard. So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness... Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world. I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
I think we can count on him. Well, all sword. And this is better than nothing.
Better than no support at all, isn't it?
Besides, lad, you'll not find a faster machine than this.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brilehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
It's not perfect. That doesn't sound impossible. So I trust all of you.
I trust all of you completely.
Good enough for me. A captain's got to trust his crew, after all. The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet, 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
We could also claim that the criminal was also henceforth a monster in his deeds. Right?
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
I'm already used to him. I like him. The Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities, such as the strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit Academia by finding more and interacting with him. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look around on your way there.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I've never been in a Gauntlet Runner. Kind of want to see what the engine room's like.
All right, then. What's this?
Beneath this cloth, there seems to be a big barrel. I wonder what it's used for. Fuel? You need a lot more than that for fuel, wouldn't you think?
Got it.
It's the kitchen. I can prepare meals here. It's stocked with food suitable for a long journey. I would prefer to cook it first before eating it. Not now. There are more pressing matters at hand.
Incredible!
Oh, so this room's made for bathing. Can we really just hop in mid-ride and take a real bath? Now that I could get used to it. I call first dibs. Were you just going to stride up and strip nude? Who do you think you are? Unacceptable.
You really?
It's a bathing room. Oh, ought to mention, no running water yet. Working on it. What? Unacceptable! Oh, there's a map showing the area around the destination.
Let's see here.
Wonder where we are right now.
And there's a campground.
It's a campground.
But which one? Okay.
We'll face danger here.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Oh my god. This is a big map. But in the meantime...
What now?
It's break time. Alright, and I did bring a beverage, so let's hear this one pop. What? Don't make sense, but I'll take it. Cheers, y'all. Yeah, that... That one don't make sense. It didn't pop. But yet it's still... I can be up here. Mind the rope, lad. Wouldn't want you going overboard. Perhaps I should stay over for now. Massive door to this gauntlet run. It's locked tightly to prevent accidental entry.
I wonder.
It seems like we really have to inspect the inside closely. Okay, this is cool. Okay, this is actually kind of interesting. I gotta figure out what it's... Ah, here's the engine.
Now, where was I?
Would you look at this?
Since the power of a new archetype, do come and speak. Ah, right.
I've been waiting.
So your journey has begun. May you meet all manner of people across these untrodden lands. Archetypes are influenced by connections at the heart, so to speak.
What would you care to know? I'm counting on you.
Oh! Is that our, Oh, is that our pilot, dude?
Oh. You'll come again, won't you?
Oh, well, I guess we can't get in there. A machine that does laundry, handed me by Nearest. Seems there's nothing in it at the moment. Yeah, because we don't have any running water currently.
This?
Wonder what makes this thing run?
Hello?
First time on a gauntlet runner, eh? Well, ooh, that scared me. It looks like the pipe's in here too. Call the runner phone. There's one in every room. Every room? But what if I'm in the middle of doing something precarious? Anyways, now I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magma crystals as fuel to run. You see, used to be you'd take your life in your hands when you traveled the wild. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beast, made for zero momentum loss, even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed, another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl, best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress. By the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so started thinking about bedding. Excuse me. Bedding for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. You continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to attain items, rare abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Like precarious things. Anyways. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available over time. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling, which may help to improve your virtues. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
Well, this weird tool is actually a cleaning igniter that Nearest modified to create wind that collects dust. Pretty nifty. I know it's hard, but all the lifting and bending over sure to strengthen your legs, yeah? If I clean the Gauntlet Runner, my HP will increase.
Got it.
Oh! Interesting. Interesting. Probably not the thing I'll worry about for a while. Excuse me.
Speaking of...
Nearest said he got the kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, would you fancy a meal? I hardly consider myself a chef of any great skill, but Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes he learned at the Hushed Honeybee. Ah. Oh dear. Stroll? Cooking? Well, I mean, you better be good. I feel drunk. Don't you vomit here.
Sorry.
I'll survive. I can handle the swaying of carriage, but this is another beast. It seems I'll need to learn to endure it. I mean, if Stroll's not...
What now?
Use the Gauntlet Runner's cooking table to whip up some food for you and your allies. Eating prepared meals can grant your party various positive effects. To cook, you'll need ingredients. Buy them, win them, or find them lying around. Try to experiment as much as possible. After you've made every dish at least once, you may learn how to create the ultimate culinary masterpiece. Ah. Whose handwriting is that? There are notes here about new potential recipes. Oh. Oh. I want to make something? If you wish. Maybe not. I was lined with interesting books. The books, like... imagination. Pride and persuasion. Is this one? Eloquence. I might just go ahead and cook something because I want to definitely see what this one does for us. Restores 400 HP and cures burn for one ally. I have 2 of those? Oh. Oh, because I made... Oh, because I did the whole cooking at night for... Okay. Okay, so... I don't really need any of that. You can rest in the Gauntlet Runner's sleeping quarters. Time will pass, but your virtues won't improve at all. Doesn't look very comfortable.
All right. Right.
I feel refreshed after spending some time in the bathroom. And nothing else special about it. Water doesn't work right now. I'll wait for it to get fixed. Well, I mean, I did want to cook something, but now I don't really care. Oh wait, hold on. Our eloquence and imagination needs to go up. Okay. I wasn't able to get those up at all. Courage needs to go up. I think eloquence kind of needs to, is like the harder one to get up. So let's go eloquence. Not what I meant. Oh, well, actually.
What now?
I wanted to listen to that song in Japanese. I'm not gonna save anything. Oh.
What should I do?
What's going on? Well then, if you say you'll have...
What now?
Select text language. Ah, here we are. Yeah, I mostly just wanted to hear that song in Japanese.
どうして？
なぜここへ？
マリアが悪い子だから。マリアのせい。
それは
悪い人が王様になってしまう。
I'm already liking that acting a little bit better. However, the big thing is, I primarily play games in English because I want to let everybody like essentially instantly understand.
よくないよな。砦行きの馬車で見せてもらったのが。
Yeah, so that way everybody can understand it. Anyways.
Stop. 王権協議会に出よ
う。どうなんだ。さっきの話、本気でし。
もちろん本気だ。
君というやつは。
Okay. Sorry for going through all this entire thing, but I definitely want to hear that song in Japanese to see if it sounds better.
これじゃあ本気で王様も目指さなきゃな。
初めから目指してる。
でもマリアを応援する。
また会おうね。
Oh my god.
お前みたいな若造が？
首の大きさを競うのにあえて罪人を狙う？
失礼。兵士の身で故郷すら守れないとは、まったく自分が情けない。
直集中しよう。
Gotta go through all of this in order to be able to get this all done. In order to... Why? Come on, come on, come on, come on. I just want to listen to this song in Japanese. Is that so hard to do, game? Of course, I thought I saved it.
入っても。
本でもよ。
泣かないって。ファビアンナさんと約束。
内緒に。
帰ってきてね。マリア。
約束する。重要な依頼だ。
すまないと思っている。王子殿下のためと思うと、つい周りが見えなく。
気にしないで。
君とは王都行きの馬車で
I do apologize, y'all.
神王が決する日にまた一日近づく。
Too bad I can't just skip all that. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I don't think she's actually wearing any undergarments. Much better, much better, much better. Much better. Alright, now to get through all this again. I do apologize for that, y'all. I really just wanted to... Come on, come on, come on, come on.
不安はあるが、ここは任せ。期待して。この作戦、どう思う？
Boop. I'm putting blind faith into my friends.
Yes?
Oh, I did have a save. Wait. Honey? All right, there we go. Everything's all situated. Yeah, read.
What's that?
Apparently, this book teaches you ways to ensure others will agree with you. This section's part of the basics. I like that we're just sitting in the windowsill. First impressions are vital when it comes to negotiations. Okay, I guess that's true enough. Lower the other person's guard by assuming a natural smile and humble demeanor. Then use flattery to probe for weak.
What are you talking about?
Probe for weak points? Why? To gain the upper hand.
Sure.
So that you can gain the upper hand, perhaps.
No kidding.
Oh, I see. It feels a bit underhanded, but... Excuse me. But I guess if you need things to go your way, that's how it has to be. I feel like... Oh, awesome.
All right.
Wow. Thank you. That still didn't... Oh my god. I think eloquence is gonna be the tough one to get up. Oh dear. I'm surprised. I guess a bit of force can go a long way in helping negotiations go smoothly. Because I think I put like 10 into that. No. 11. And I just put 11 into that now.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced in darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart gauntlet runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can assume your travels the next morning. While in an encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the gauntlet runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. Give it a try. Our first time camping in the gauntlet runner. Kinda excited.
Your thoughts?
Oh, how was that ride, eh? Smooth as butter, luxurious as a palace, awe-inspiring, tear-jerking. I wouldn't go that far. Oh, come now, lad, be honest. You'd be hard-pressed to find a runner that can cross the sands as swift as a sheep, but that's not what you asked. That's not what you asked. Though, full disclosure, that's all thanks to a little mechanism I whipped together that keeps her legs from sinking into the dunes. I wouldn't have to worry about the terrain if she could just fly, but that's a story for another day. Off you go. Better get your porty wings. Ah. At imagination?
What? All right then.
Oh, she too has imagination. Okay.
Let's head there right away.
Well met.
Well, Meta, I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to traveling, but I have no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, let me talk a bit. By recalling the past and planning for the future with Hulkenberg, maybe I can hone my imagination. Yes. This power we've awoken to. I have all sorts of questions, but what I really find curious are these forms we take on. Each has their unique aspects, but one bit they all have in common is their armor-like appearance. What do you make of that? I will say it's bizarre. I've never seen armor like that. True, the designs do set them apart, but it is not their actual appearance I meant to ask about. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct that power as one directs a horse by its reins. It is said people lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of that power lurking within them. Is that not then that the very condition to awaken our slumbering power? Also, hence why it is so exhausting and why it cannot be maintained for long. The ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. I just thought about this. Isn't there a dog we're supposed to be looking after? Sorry, Brigida. We do well to practice diligence maintaining our food reserves.
All right.
4, nice. And that didn't go up. So that one was kind of expected. I think I only got like 4 other points into that. Anyways, it's getting quite late, but we've ways to go yet. So I would very much like to continue chatting with you.
Time marches on, and the age of the new king draws nearer.
Neat.
Good morning.
Top of the morning. Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that the sleeping quarters may more than exceeded your expectations, eh?
True.
They were better than I'd feared, considering how tiny they are, but I've got a question of my own. Isn't the desert sand going to do a number on this runner? Ah, my boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Nary a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these rugged dunes behind tomorrow.
I knew it!
Wow, runners really are neat, aren't they? A carriage would never be able to get through the desert this fast, but, just keep it on the road, okay, Nearest? We'll arrive in Martyra in 2 days, huh?
What now?
Well, I did save over the 23rd, so that's my bad. Anyways. Wisdom. But I don't want to up wisdom right now. I actually want to get courage, I think, probably up.
Hey.
Z, good timing. I was about to do some maintenance on my weapons. If you got time, why not join me? It's a it's as refreshing for the mind as it is for our battles.
Now
Yeah.
then.
Because I mean,
got a moment?
you'll think I'm getting ahead of myself here, but after things settle down, I like to live without the sword. Nothing wrong with that. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence don't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others. That's why one day I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory, and not just mine, all of the ruined hometowns. Ooh, nice goal to live by.
Hey.
How about you? I shared my plan. Let's hear yours. What'll you do when the fight's over? You know, I'd like to help you. I'd like to help you with rebuilding. Are you serious? I'm a bit relieved to hear that. Tell you the truth. Yes, I am min-maxing this. Anyways, I've got to get stronger. Even if the village gets rebuilt, it's all for not to be attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters, not leave it to a spineless army and its incompetent generals. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like Luis. We'll fight for change.
Look at that.
I want to do something about that too.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I agree, but seeing the state of our country's army, I am all the more glad you're our captain, truly. You've resolved to stand on the front line of our fight, so it's only right that you lead. Huh, our fight, I say. I forced my way into your mission.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know. To act with such conviction, how does one become so bold? Don't worry, I waver sometimes.
No.
I do have moments where I waver. I suppose we all do, but you manage to keep a cool head when you do. Unlike me, that's why you're our captain. Wow, I'm really hitting all the points here. Maybe I should go back and try and min-max Hulkenberg. All this to say, I have faith in you. You have more battles ahead, and I'll be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will be determined by what the people think of justice. They're free to make their choices, but so is the one being chosen. I wonder who it'll end up being after all this. Anyway, the sword's shining like new. Let's finish this up.
All right.
Nice. Wow, I earned a lot of max in that one.
We could stop for a break.
Coming now into view, one as...
Oh, whoops. Tree of Prophecy.
Wow.
That's so pretty. Well, anyways.
Hey there.
All right.
Ooh. Oh! You actually see it slightly increase. Okay, that's neat.
The gauntlet runner around the...
I did not notice that. I thought it was gonna be like the whole Persona thing where you don't actually see it increase.
What now?
Well met.
All right.
Ah, okay, so that actually didn't up it very much at all. Okay. Okay, so there's only one thing to talk about. Okay. Yes, I'm min-maxing. Shut up. That's me. I've had enough issues with playing Persona all those times and failing at failing at getting my social links up.
Hey. Now then. Got a moment? Hey.
What?
Hey.
No. All right.
Okay. Now I'm not going to mess with this.
We could stop for a break.
Anyways, break time, chums. There's something up ahead. Shall we stop and see there?
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The gauntlet runner comes to a stop at its base.
Here we are. Shall we get a closer look? I will say, that is quite beautiful, actually. I wonder if this is going to become like a very big storyline thing. Wow, it's so pretty. It's not just the leaves, it's as though the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country, whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future? And how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of a desert? Not sure if this explains it, but I am sensing an incredible amount of magla in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, no sir, but a magla organism that feeds off of magla. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Nearest pulled a sheet of paper and a brush from his pocket and began to draw.
Hey.
Oh, Nearest, how did you get so good at drawing? Ah, my boy, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all. All good research. There you have it. I'm finished. Here, take it. As a keepsake. Wasn't it for research? I thought you needed this for research. All the pertinent information I need has been etched into my very mind. I can make do without the sketch itself. Oh. The drawing is intricately nice. Hey, why don't we give that to Maria? I'd actually love to see something more from our journey. Ooh, yeah. Huh? Magical organism in the form of tree. Say, aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely, Gallica is a most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which is giving me great insight into my own research into flight. Huh? What? You've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you asking, so knock it off.
However...
Turning it... Oh, okay, I'm kind of liking yours right now. Anyways, turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what matter of anomaly its current color portends. Death and destruction. We took a brief detour, but I feel that seeing that rare sight has broadened my wisdom.
All right.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
We'll be in Martyr to the day after tomorrow. I wonder what kind of place Martyr is. There are insects gathering by the campfire. Oh, apparently you can eat these bugs. Well, according to Hulkenberg anyway. I should try and catch one. I caught one of the bugs gathered by the campfire. When it's my turn to cook, I should use it as an ingredient.
Speaking of...
Excellent timing. I've just heard something that caught me rather by surprise. After our cart to Grand Trad was beset by bandits and you were thrown out, you walked the desert to reach the city. It's such a vast, empty expanse, an easy land to get lost in, I'm sure. Well, I had Gallica.
Fair point.
And of course, you've no need to worry with her at your side, I suppose that's why she's been tasked with the role of a messenger. Well, in the event that you were ever to find yourself lost in the wilds, let me offer my own advice. Search for the first star. That star moves to the west in the evening, and to the east at night. Time and time again, it helped correct my path in my journey to find His Highness. Still, I must say, I did not expect to return to a life on the road. It will be a long journey yet. Perhaps we'd better rest while we can. Excuse me, sorry. Oh wow. He's actually sitting on her shoulder. Okay, that's a nice little touch. That is actually a really nice touch. I didn't realize how long it's been since we took a well-earned break. Hey, what are you gonna try to do?
What?
Hey, are you looking for something to do? My weapons are sharp as they're going to get, and I'm not up to much. Gotta keep me company for a while. Yeah.
Now then.
So next up is Martyr. It feels like just yesterday when I first arrived at the royal capital. So much has happened in such a short span of time. I met you. We went over to the northern fortress and awakened a mysterious power. I had once thought magic like this only existed in heroic tales of times long past.
Speaking of,
Well, speaking of which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same power the Hero Kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them met miserable ends? I feel like this would be the better one, but I feel like... I think this would be the better one, but I feel like I want to... power isn't everything.
What's that about?
Power isn't everything.
Oh, I see.
I see. As kings, they had to govern their people and maintain the peace. Martial might alone wouldn't help you there. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Yes, there you go. Now you're thinking, Stroll. Moreover, you got more than one power at our disposal, and on top of that, we've got allies who share these abilities as well. If we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great hero kings of old. Although, all this does make me wonder, just how many more of these powers are still out there? Excuse me. I felt my imagination grow.
Alright.
Nice. Wow. Probably one more bout and we got there. Jeez, how did our wisdom and tolerance get up so quickly? Because I think I only did 2 things with wisdom before today, before that little tree. Come now, it's too early for bed.
Time
okay, I see. So the afternoon slots will actually grant you more mag, but the night slots only grant you the one question.
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh wow, I missed all this green!
Ugh. Why is it so bumpy?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad. See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
a cannonade.
Oh, damn.
My star is rising! Ah!
Sanctism will reign!
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Guido, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
It doesn't seem like they're trying to land a fatal shot, just aiming to break the opposing side's gauntlet runner.
Stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to halt each other's advance. Damned fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look! Over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Guido's firepower.
Our plan hinges on winning Luis's favor. Can we afford to abandon Gladel if he's one of Luis's supporters?
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
Let's have out Gladel.
Let's give Gladel a hand here.
Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gladel's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
Oh,
there should
man,
be an
poor guy.
external runner phone out there.
We're here to help! Withdraw, Gladel! Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces? Well, sorry, can't get into it now. That Cortland. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral! Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time!
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Good, and his monks have boarded the deck. Looks like he knows the magic won't shield us. He's aiming to kill us here and now. What? Oh, because we're no name. Gotcha.
You dare interfere in my fight! Know your place! Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names? Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, Old Egg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me.
That smile!
Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Look at that! Look at that grin! That smirk!
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren! Put the fear of God into these impious commoners!
Don't forget about the petrification magic!
The power of healing. We'll do this together!
Coordination is key!
Let me help.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip that.
Nice dodge! You've got some fancy footwork, Stroll.
Is that all?
Here they come.
He knows we can't attack him.
I'm stepping
He's
back.
toying with us.
Into the fray! I see you!
With these
Ooh,
fists,
nice.
I strike for justice. Let's do this!
It's up to you now.
This is it!
It's okay. We can do this.
Light!
I shall seize my chance. What could you hope to achieve?
Puts on a cocky smirk. Wow, rude.
This
is nothing.
Stroll! They've sapped your defenses!
With these fists, I strike for justice. I shall vanquish evil. I'll crush you.
Witness me, brethren!
We can do this.
Alright, just go ahead and give everybody a big ol' heal there.
Observe the enemy. To safer ground!
Okay, so I would go for, well,
Moving to the front.
you know, let's see how it goes.
I see you!
This can't be.
You'll be dust.
To him.
Okay, got him out. Good.
More resilient than I expected. I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now, feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brother. Sanctism will
Only
reign!
a flesh wound.
Stroll! They've sapped your defenses! We need to figure out their affinities first.
Lend me your strength. No, this won't work.
Okay. Oh, that was a crit too.
Peasants.
So she would go. That takes up the rest of her turn, and then it's Buddy's turn. So he's not weak to strike. As a matter of fact, he's actually resistant. So. Piercing?
Right there!
Now, what's the brawler? The power of wind.
The power of healing. We're looking good here.
Behold
Let justice
my
prevail.
power! Take this! Take this!
Is that all?
Brawler!
No, moving to the rear. I shall vanquish evil.
He's not weak. Any of those. This would suck if he's actually weak to slashing, and I don't have any slashing. What time is it? Oh, whoop. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall continue this fight after this break. All right.
I'll blow you away!
The power of healing. I won't hold back!
No. Heal.
With healing power.
Twas needed.
My thanks.
Witness me, brethren!
I'm stepping back.
Step back.
Knight! Is that all?
Sanctism will reign!
This is nothing.
Take this!
Brace yourselves!
Hulkenberg's guard is down!
Closing the distance. Are you prepared?
Take that!
Maybe resistant, but
Behold my power!
We're not out of this yet!
I'm obliged.
I owe you.
I stand ready. For all that we strive for, burn!
Sanctism is supreme!
Sanctism will reign!
Only a flesh wound.
only a flesh wound.
This is nothing.
Damn it!
This is nothing.
Hulkenberg's guard is down!
Stepping back, I call upon royal power within.
Let's stay calm.
She's fine, but I'm probably gonna go. I'm gonna go hit. Oop. Yeah, one of these.
Thank you. Is everyone all right? Oh, power of heroes! Still standing, I see.
Sanctism will reign!
Please.
Only a flesh wound.
Sanctism will
This
reign!
is nothing.
Golly, they really like her, don't they?
Brawler!
The power of wind, tougher than I thought.
You!
Healer! We can do this!
Twas needed.
My thanks.
Observe the enemy with blade in hand!
So, the faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him!
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism. Now, are you prepared for the end?
Ah, I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint.
Hey! Get down here!
Hi!
What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
Wanted to help. Are you hurt?
Are you hurt? Of course I'm not hurt. Look, what are you after?
Why, Gladell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. Consider me chastened and shooed. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
You surprised me out there, love. You bested Godot. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain yourselves.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nydia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Aye, but that's... Oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore. I'd know the suspensions anywhere. You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juna, the kingdom's greatest singer, the dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck? Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of this group,
Someone's a fangirl.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
Hey, up there!
An airborne gauntlet runner. He's actually finished it.
Who is he? Oh, Luis himself.
My Lord Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladell got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Sanctist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my Lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug. And I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
I'm a candidate.
I'm just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely, okay?
He's asking why I became a candidate. How should I respond? Ta-da, ta-da-da-da-da-da. Help you, Count.
I want to help you, Count Luis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in. Anyone. Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Luis.
Those must be
You
some
know what that
gut-wrenching
vision's
words.
built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes.
Oh, this is already going in a bad way.
You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, loves.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector!
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then, that could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Glodell. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Heisme, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
As the chirping birds return to their nests and the darkness claims its dominion, the Gauntlet Runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beams of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the Gauntlet Runner.
Ah! Oh, damn it, blast!
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
Let's say we go check on him.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like...
Oh.
Hey! Nurse, you okay?
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
I don't think it is.
It doesn't sound like nothing.
Ah, no hiding it from you, is there? No, it's just the old runner. She runs like a dream, you see, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort, but somehow that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you seen one?
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet. There was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are. That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
Maybe I should look into Camiro.
This one's important.
No deadline, but we'll do that. We left Nearest, who dissolved into doom and gloom again. Poor Nearest.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
So, we'll arrive in Matira this evening then. Good. Soon we'll be liberated from this blasted shaking. Liberated? I do believe I'd take offense to that. The fairy girl was right, you know. A carriage could never keep up this pace. Some gratitude would be appreciated. Apologies, I am grateful. It's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. That, I pray we can avoid further hindrances like yesterday.
Isn't that...
Once we arrive in town, we're supposed to meet with Barden, right? I'm sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Artira, where their client Barden awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
Oh wow, pretty run down.
'Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
Ah, you're here! I've been hoping you'd show up soon. I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word. Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctuaress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament.
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's allies suffered the worst of it. Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them, I mean. Some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
Luis is a tyrant.
Luis is nothing but a tyrant.
Yes. Such atrocities in his name. Unforgivable.
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
Ah, you've a local delicacy. 'Twould be a welcome treat.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out. Might well fix the Bally Waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone. This way.
Hmm.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. It's Martira's culinary speciality. Cooked to a delicate finish, just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
Oh, good. Larval innards.
Tis a unique texture, to be sure, but the taste is divine. Exquisite.
You're completely serious, aren't you?
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
Looks great.
Looks great. What is with that smile? Not you two.
The rich flavors are bursting in your mouth. It's surprisingly tasty.
You fairly eat with gusto, young man. Passion worthy of a royal candidate. How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit, but it's harmless, I assure you.
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but... to business. Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All told, we're looking at 15 children now unaccounted for.
And you think this Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the sandworm's territory, yes?
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for us.
So... is Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Martira. Let's see here. Here's all right.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how he can even survive out there.
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
Let's save this town together.
Let's work together to save this town.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you. Now this is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails. You'll find this tastes as sweet as any dessert. Together, I'm sure we can find a way to the stronghold without falling prey to those worms. Now, please, dig in.
Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, 'tis succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wilds, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honourable Lady Joanna tomorrow. Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they aren't here calling a free meal out of us, that is.
Now, let's go.
Rude guard.
It's been a while.
It's been forever since I've had such a spacious bed. We're going to meet the lady of the town first thing in the morning, so get your beauty sleep, okay?
Aye.
All right. Oh, that was cool.
Pleasure to see you.
By pardon, the entire tavern has been reserved for your party's private use today. I had to kick out a house full of drunkards for this, so I hope you're all worth it. Still, it was nice of you to come all this way, traveler. Please make sure yourselves comfortable. All the cuisine here was delicious to the last meal. Matira is a fine city indeed, which makes this Heismay's offenses all the more damning. If all we've heard is true, hunting him will be a trial indeed. To be expelled from order is one thing, but to be wholly stripped of his knighthood, I would not be surprised if the man's given into despair.
Got a moment?
Oh, rude. Finally free of those tiny runner bunks. Nice to sleep in an inn, isn't it? The runner wasn't so bad.
Look at that.
I prefer the runner bunks, actually. I can see the monsters out there when we camp on the runner, so I rest a little easier in an inn. I wish Nearest would come inside with us, but I suppose if the runner is a castle, then he is its king.
What?
Boop, 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 boop. Let's go. Turning in.
Good night.
Rest well.
Time marches on.
Joel,
and the age of
like,
a new king
I'm
draws
eating
nearer.
bugs. Why am I doing this? Dude, it's a free meal, for one. Free meals always taste great. Usually.
It's gorgeous out.
What a beautiful day! I think I might have overslept, though.
Hold on.
Where is
Let's
it?
hurry.
They all went to Green Castle ahead of us.
More people missing.
Beg your pardon?
More people missing.
Oh, hello, sir. Welcome, care for some water? You won't find a more refreshing drink anywhere else. Oh.
All right then.
You.
Now you listen here. I'm saying this for your own good. All right, you never know when the kidnapper is going to show up. So if you're going to lie down, by your eyes, man, go somewhere else, somewhere safer. That you did really not care. Not handing any new buttons at the moment. Okay.
An elder candidate?
All right then.
All right, let's see what this. Let's take a look at this person's
What
wares. Ooh. Neat. I'll take a look at all. You know what? I'll actually take a look at all this after we get done talking with the main quest stuff.
Oh, any one of them will
Well met.
Hey, you're late. Poor Barden has been waiting on tenterhooks. Apparently, the lady has graciously agreed to meet with us. Best not keep her waiting.
I've awaited you.
So you've all come. Fantastic. Lady Jonah is waiting inside. Let's go right now, if that's all right. Yep,
Aye.
let's go.
Yes. May I present Lady Joanna, Sanctress and the ruler of this city. These are the ones who have undertaken the request to subjugate Heisme.
I am Joanna, presiding lady of this city. On its behalf, you have my gratitude for traveling all the way from the royal capital.
Lady Joanna refused to use taxes to pay for this, so she sold her own heirlooms and possessions to secure the funds.
It's clear you want only the best for your people, milady. So we'll give you our best in return.
I cannot claim any nobility above yours. Even as other aspirants to the throne quarrel and bicker, you've chosen instead to help the kingdom's people.
Well, we don't deserve that much credit. After all, we're not helping for free.
Even so, please put an end to this tragedy.
We won't let you down.
We won't let you down.
Thank you. In truth, I thought it foolish to decide a monarch by a simple vote of popularity. But perhaps there is something to it. Here is my offer. If you get rid of the culprit, I will appeal to the people of this town to support you. 'Tis most kind, but can you truly afford that? Surely, as a church sanctoress, His Eminence Forden would expect your support. Indeed. However, I would rather have a king who truly cares for his subjects. Yes, Lady Joanna. Now, I must return to my duties. I shall await our next meeting.
We're counting on you.
Wow!
'Twas a confident smile indeed, with a great deal of pain behind it.
I know it's but a step in our plan, but truly, I hope we can help these people. She even promised us political support.
She did say it. Oh, I mean, I can't help but wonder if she'll keep her word on that. It's quite a promise to make when she barely knows us.
Did something seem amiss?
Not in particular. Maybe it's just the gloominess of this place getting to me. So what are we gonna do about Heisme? We'll have to go out in Sandworm territory to find him, right?
The mere fact of his kidnappings suggests he's passing unseen by guards and sandworms alike. The question is, how?
Let's ask around the city a bit first. Though I can't say we'll find many willing to talk, with the streets this deserted. Maybe we'll have better luck around the taverns and shops.
We should go.
All right, everyone went to gather information. This is gonna be one of those where we gather the information we're looking for, we gather together, and they found the exact same information. And then they just repeat it all the way through.
How did I
Anyway, hey, we once out. My intelligent about him as much, his face fell like a dropped eye. He's a pure-hearted our generalist. They say he's faster than any soldier who could so much as nick him. Must be quick on his feet. Looking here, it doesn't seem like they're using it. What a waste. We'll think back to that.
Boy.
Oh, you there. Can I talk to you for a bit? I heard that you're gonna catch that Hamza for us. Now, I just wanted to give you my thanks. You see, my wife, she's one of the people that have gone missing.
My thanks to you.
I don't know if I can be of any help to you, but please, if there's anything I can do, just say the word. Do you know about the giant sandworms? Unfortunately, no, I don't know much about them. Sorry, I can't be help. You ought to ask the others around here.
All good.
Oh, any one of them will do. Whoa!
Interface, my tribe doesn't matter. Oh, well, I suppose you're right. Besides, I'm grateful to you slogged all the way out here in the massive gauntlet runner. Not that I doubt you or anything, but if Barton appointed you, then you have my support. No exceptions. I think a kidnapper is scary, but his highest fellow is beyond the pale. I heard he can command illusions. Anything is possible when he's able to abduct folk right off the street. Rich, poor, man, woman, hell, even child. It doesn't matter to them. They're ruthless. Usually you kidnap someone, you've got a purpose, yeah? But not here. It's downright spine.
What will I do here?
Hunter's gone missing. Please help me find her.
What is it?
Giant sandworm? Yeah, we might just love our edible grubs, but we're a bit indifferent to their inedible parents. Larvae is my personal favorite, but I know a little about them before they make it to the kitchen. Who may know more about them? We can't eat the parents? What else? The only thing, they're the ones that eat us. Though, that does remind me. There was a merchant yesterday at the tavern boasting he'd gotten real close to the sandworm's den. If that's true, it'd be quite the feat. Maybe he's still in town.
Nice.
Ah, so we go to... Alright. It seems we missed the mark with our assumptions. I've spoken with the guard corps, but they know little enough. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
An elder candidate? No.
People can hardly think on it.
This headache. I am well and truly destroyed. Nasty little hangover this. Blimey, I'm embarrassed just thinking about yesterday. Why the hell did I go and do something like that?
More people missing. Can hardly think on it. More people missing. Can hardly think on it.
Oh, this guy here.
What you want to know?
You were at the tavern. What's your business with me? We're looking for a merchant, one who had something to say about the giant sandworm yesterday. Oh, that guy from last night. Yeah, he was blathering so loud you heard him whether you wanted to or not. Know what he said? Why don't you ask him yourself? Yeah, I know your next question. It's plain as day. Where is he? I can tell you where. Is he that drunk dude? Alright, I'll pay.
Thank you kindly. Here's the real Skinny.
All right.
I knew it.
More people can hardly think on it.
Hey.
Hey, is it true you got pretty close to the giant sandworm's den? How'd you manage to do that and live to tell the tale? Right. To tell you the truth, I didn't get that close to it. Just found a giant sandworm husk, that was it. And then, at the bar, I was excited and, well, pretty drunk. Anyway, at some point the story turned into me waltzing right up to the sandworm and staring it down, and I, regret that now.
No good.
Well, great. No one seems to have any information. It's almost sunset, too. Let's meet at the tavern for now. Wow! So we actually got nothing.
I suppose we knew it wouldn't be that simple.
I was expecting us to, like, gather all the information we could and then come back and be like, yeah, we knew that.
It is far too early to give up. I spent over a year asking after the prince with no luck. And still I did not falter.
Yes, and it's very admirable. But I think I prefer a change of tack instead.
You there? Might you answer a question?
Oh yeah, I know this guy.
But I can't help you. I'm just here on my leisure. You're better off finding the information you're looking for elsewhere.
Suspicious character, isn't he?
Hey, you lot. You seriously gonna hunt down Heisme?
You're Barden's man.
Yeah, the guy with the attitude.
I'm not sure I should tell you this, but here I am. There's actually a way to avoid the giant sandworms. You just gotta wait for the sand flash. It's a local event. A kind of storm, and the wind kicks up sand peppered with magic crystals. Not too uncommon a sight around here. Our diviners say we'll have a sand flash in about 5 days. Seems to put most wild beasts to sleep. Might be some magic effect, or might just be waiting out the storm. And that includes the sandworms. Eh? They'll nod off, and with proper timing, you'll sneak right past him. Heismay might well be using the same trick himself.
We're much obliged, but if you know all this, why haven't you and the guard gone out?
A guard unit stomping around would wake up the whole den. Didn't much like saying it, but us local lads wouldn't be much use against Heismay anyway. But you think you can handle him? Aye? Wouldn't be here otherwise.
Still, even so... Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Good. Then we're counting on you. Can't have you getting yourself killed now. Cap's reputation's on the line. And, one more thing. You didn't get this info from me. Aye?
Understood. But why? You could have shared this with us at supper yesterday.
What? And got myself volunteered to go out there as your travel guide? Nae danger of that.
I see.
Anyway, I'm counting on you.
Even
Finally,
so...
a solid lead falls into our laps. And we'll not even have to bother with the sandworms. We've apparently got 5 days till the sandflash hits. Let's make sure we can get this done quick. Looks like more than a day's trip on the map.
If it takes us one night to reach the giant sandworm's territory, and we aim to go when the storm has them all asleep, we should leave in 4 days' time.
Let's go inform Nearus.
Righto, straightforward enough. Long as we get in when the worms have all tucked in for a nap, we'll be just dandy. Suppose I'd better crack on with the tune-ups then. Don't want the old girl failing on us when she'll be our only hope of egress, eh?
I think I saw... what's this?
Oh, that? Damned if I know. It was just in the blueprints from the royal family. Works rather like an igniter, but no idea what it does. Just don't go breaking... Oh, easy there. You all right, lad? Thought I saw something glowing. Then you came over all giddy, gave me a start.
For a moment, it was like the light was blinding.
Still can't believe this thing reacted. Look, we don't want any nasty surprises, so I vote we stay put and rest up for today. Just in case. Don't want you passing out on me, do I? Just consider it a little precaution for the trip.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Aww.
Your journey is going well, it seems. One by one, you take your steps forward on this road. A supernatural awakening, a call to adventure, legs to carry you. All of these are coming together. Accordingly, new powers needed for the journey seem to have awakened.
Here's what I'm thinking. Do not tell me for those of you who have already beaten the game. My suspicion. I don't know why, but this weird suspicion is we attain the people's vote. We hand it over to the prince when we save him. But the prince turns out to be affected harshly by the whole ordeal that he's so righteously swayed to where all evil must die. The point where he would basically become the great evil. And we'd be like, we messed up and now it's time to fix our mistake. That's my guess. I could be extremely wrong, but that feels like where this is gonna go. To me personally. My suspicion, evidence for all that? None. It's just a weird feeling. That thing in the gauntlet runner?
Are you talking about that thing inside the Gauntlet Runner?
By my eyes report, there is one piece of equipment in the Gauntlet Runner that was created in ancient times. Something no longer crafted in this day and age. A divine relic. It contains ancient magic once thought lost. The power of teleportation. With proper use, its great power will turn your Gauntlet Runner swifter than any beast or transport on land. Most interesting. The reasons elude me, but you seem qualified to use this divine relic. I cannot imagine this is mere coincidence. Perhaps you are guided by an unknown hand. Now, try to imagine. Vivid, familiar scenery. Somewhere far from the land where you rest.
What's going on here?
What's with all the yelling? Wait, isn't this...
What? The royal capital? How? We were in Matira just last night.
Eurus? Surely you didn't drive us back here?
Are you mad? Don't you remember how many days the last trip took? You can't dash and roll pop over to the capital in a single night.
I wonder if this is the teleportation magic Moore was talking about.
What? So this is some magic you saw in a dream?
So this teleportation, it can just whisk us all back to the royal capital in a flash. Even the Gauntlet Runner came along for the ride.
It certainly did. And there might be a reason for that.
Do you know something?
She was custom-made for the prince. When I wasn't there in the concept phase, when they gave me an odd gadget and said, make it work, I bloody well made it work. You saw it yourself, eh, my lad? That part all bound up in its heart. Last night, we caught it glowing. Then I wake up and find a proper hullabaloo. Damnedest thing. It only started glowing when you got close, eh? Maybe you were a trigger of some kind.
Maybe I am.
Yeah, maybe I am.
I cannot say I've heard of teleportation, and yet... Surely there can be no explanation for this other than magic.
Hold on. If we're back in the capital, that means we've got bigger problems. We're due back in Martira for the bounty. If it takes us days to get back, that's all our planning ruined.
If we magicked ourselves over here, let's bally well see if we can magic ourselves back, eh?
He makes it sound so easy, but... What do you think?
'Tis no small feat we ask, I know, but might you at least try?
Can I really use this teleportation magic? I'll just have to try.
That's...
Whatever it is, I entrust you. Yep, will do. I can hardly follow such turns. I never thought His Highness's Gauntlet Runner would hold such a secret. It's great to me.
Oh, dash it.
Well, well, you could knock me down with a feather. I always... Oh. Well, you could knock me down with a feather. I always thought something was strange. I thought it'd be a type of igniter, but when I tried fueling it with magic, it was quite quiet as a mouse. I ran up and down the castle asking the other court engineers, but nobody had an answer. Couldn't even tell who put the blasted thing into the design.
What?
Anyway, we need to see if we're able to head back.
Where to?
I'll focus on Manatira as our destination.
It reacted! The lad really is the key to triggering it!
Oh, hey! Are you sure this is safe?
Nope.
All we can do is trust him.
It's Martira. They really are back.
I can't believe it. It feels just like when the king's magic caused that spectacle in the capital.
In my eyes, it's the other way around. It's not powerful by virtue of being connected to the king or to the lad. Maybe it's that all magic is supposed to have potential of this magnitude. You've all got some powers that defy understanding too, eh? Gives one the sense that those sanctists preaching about needing igniters are wrong, or lying outright.
I suppose when you say it like that.
Speaking of sanctism, well, not like this. A tool full of this kind of practical, unorthodox magic is against all their teachings. Why would the royals have had it?
Hold a moment. With this teleportation on our side, can we travel anywhere in the world with only a thought? If that's so, we may not even need a gauntlet runner at all.
What? You mean we could just magic snap ourselves to Brylehaven? Just like that?
Go on, try it out.
No reaction.
I wish I could imagine it, but we've never been there.
So we can't go somewhere we've never been before. Anywhere else you've been? How about Montario?
No. Commoners don't usually visit the 3 great cities.
'Twould seem this power of travel is somewhat conditional. Best that we define its boundaries now.
So, in the end, the only places we can teleport to are the cities we've actually been to.
Well, thank you very much. Ha! Almost had me out of a job there, lad.
Sounds like you've got to envision the destination in great detail for it to work. We'll need more than a glance out a window or a passing familiarity. And you have to focus for it too. Seems to take you a moment, which means it won't save us in a fight.
Not as convenient as it sounds, huh?
How so? Now we can return to the royal capital any time we need to restock. Tis useful enough as is, and the more places we travel, the more we can return to.
You're right. And now we can drop by to see Maria whenever we like. Put like that, it really is something impressive.
Even if we've no idea where it comes from, it should certainly prove useful.
Our next foe is a bounty, and we have a lot of preparing to do. We've got 3 days to go, so don't forget.
To capture Hunter, you must be well prepared. You can grow stronger by accepting requests around town, such as the Martyr Recruitment Center. Now that your mission has begun, your base of operations has been changed to Martyr. Each time a new operation begins, the town you stay in will become your new base. Your Archer Day is July 2nd. Try to be well prepared for it. Going to other cities. If you want to return to previous locations such as Grand Tread, open the RB world on the map and select your destination. You can travel there using teleportation magic. Teleporting does not pass time, so feel free to return to previous towns to complete unfinished requests or meet with new followers.
That's right.
So?
We're up against a strong opponent, so we'd better make sure we're as strong as we can get to. Speaking of, I saw some bounties up at the recruitment center. Oh my god, so this is... Okay. Excuse me. I am really excited. So that's how we're gonna get around the whole map. I was actually thinking, like, man, is this gonna be, Kingmaker all over again, where we're just like, I gotta travel this way, and then at some point... Actually, no, I don't think I even got a teleportation for Kingmaker. Did I? I know we did it for Wrath of the Righteous, but that didn't happen until like much later in the game, almost to the end of Act 2. Really. Anyways, y'all. unfortunately, I will have to say it is time to call it